I'm going to show you how to copy an Acon trampoline mat and show you the quality that we put behind our materials. When we measure this, we measure from the outside of the mat all the way to the other side of the outside of the mat. Now our rings are a little bit bigger than the Acon rings, so I'm going to do 168, and then we're going to add the inch on both ends of it to fold it in to get the proper size. So I'm measuring again at the end, and I'm at 83. So for the width, so 168 by 83, and then I'm adding the 2 inches, 170 by 85, so we can fold it back and hem it. So the next thing we do, I cut all the rings off so I can find the rings when I set it on top of the new mat to be able to mark it so they're all in the exact same spot. So the next thing we're going to be doing is pulling down our mat material. Alright, we got the new mat laying down, and we're going to be cutting 170 by 85, and we got it pulled off of the rail there where all of our mat material is. Let's go, let's lay it out. Alright, so we got it all laid out. You can see all the chalk lines, and so we got our 170 by 85, and I like to use squares. I have big squares that we've made here in our shop, and so now I'm going to cut it out, and then we'll get the V-rings on it next. Also, to double check your numbers to make sure it's perfectly square, you can go diagonal. Mine was 190 from that far square right here to the square here, and then from the square here to that corner there. So I got a perfect square. Well, it's actually technically a rectangle. So what I did now is I laid the edge of the old trampoline mat that I cut out to make sure I get all the rings in the same spot. That's part of what we do to copy. So this was a pretty old mat, and the V-rings are small, and a lot of the other side, I had to use this side because it had more rings than the other side, but a lot of them on the other side completely busted off. And but with our system and how we do it, it's going to be a lot better. So I got the one side chalked. I use chalk. It's really the only thing that you can use on this mat material. And then I cut it kind of like this is the old one here, so it's a corner of it, and then I swap it to the other side and mark it again. Alright, so here's our new trampoline mat. We got it all ready to go. It's going to go into the seamstress room, which is right through this door, and she's going to go ahead and sew it together, put the new rings on it with our double stitch, and then we'll put our webbing on there. Here's a West Coast jump mat and how it turns out when we're all done. So we have a webbing that we put on the outside that goes over the stitching. This webbing is only to protect the stitching from the sun. And then once it eats through this, then it actually can get to the stitching where that truly matters, that holds it together. So when we go around and we stitch it, we actually go around 3 times where we do the fold and we sew down the 1.5" strapping. Then after that we go around 2 more times that hold on the webbing, so with a double stitch sewing machine. So thank you very much, hope you enjoy, and Have a good day.